Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing all that we can to get the 4-valve swap buttoned up and finished. And obviously there are going to be a lot of small miscellaneous stuff that'll be left to be done, but we're going to be putting in the drive shaft, we're going to be putting installing the clutch cable, installing the full exhaust, putting back the brake booster, the master, all that stuff, but we'll get into that right after the intro. Alright, so like I said, there is a lot to be done when it comes to the 4-valve swap, and I already have it up on some old rims that I have, getting ready to go up under it, and put everything in that I just told you guys about, and then we're going to be putting this thing back on the ground and installing everything in the engine bay that needs to go back in, like the radiator, and starting to figure out how I'm gonna run the new radiator hoses, because there's some difference in it now because of this motor having a different crossover tube up top. But let's get into it. Alright, so like I said, it's up on the two rims. I got the back wheels chucked so that the car doesn't move. I have the serpentine belt on. What else? There's a lot to be done. Radiator has to be installed. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the two different coolant pipes now, because this one is relatively in the same spot as the Murata one, but the Murata motor didn't have this pipe here, so I might just try to block that off somehow, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Brakes. The booster itself is on the ground. I gotta get that installed and then install the brake master to it. Clutch cable, drive shaft, exhaust, all that stuff has to be installed, but we're gonna start that, and hopefully we can be done and have this car back on the ground, and it'll just be very minuscule things to do after this. So let's get into it. Alright guys, just to give you a look of what all I got done. The exhaust is up on both sides. We have the drive shaft installed. We also have the adjustable clutch cable installed, and now it's time to put the Mustang back on the ground and try to button up everything in the engine bay. There's definitely a few things that needs to be put back, which is the radiator. Like I said, the brake booster, master cylinder for the brakes, a few wires, figuring out how we're gonna connect the throttle cable because it's a different cable, and just a few other things, so shouldn't be too hard. Let's get to it. Alrighty, so this is as far as I've gotten. Still have to figure out this radiator hose, try to figure out how I'm gonna route it. Also, I need to figure out some type of air intake or order the original Mark 8 intake, because water, I found water on top of those butterflies, and that's definitely not a good thing. I'm gonna cover that before I go inside, but yeah, literally 90% done. Brakes just have to be bolted up. One hose is missing from the power steering system. What else? Those two cooling hoses in the back I broke. Well, I didn't break it, but one of the clamps in here is broke, so I gotta get this off somehow and then loop this hose around. Install the steering shaft, and that should be it. So I don't see why we wouldn't be able to drive this thing in the next video. Alright guys, so there you have it. Literally 90% done on this thing, and just miscellaneous small things left to be done. But the next time you see this, we should be driving this thing. We should be able to do our second burnout in it with the first burnout for this motor. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one.